Hello there, this is Fides Television brought to you by Fides Media. I am Dennis Joy. Welcome to another episode of News Flash where we dive into the latest news and updates from the Fides newspaper. Stay tuned as I bring to you in-depth and accurate news information after the short break. We will be right back. Glad to have you back. Now let's have the newspaper update for this week. We want the best for the church. Bishop Ezekiel Kafo joins others to celebrate excellence with St. John Bosco Seminary, Isuaniocha. This story further reads, the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Awka, Most Reverend Paulinus Chukwuemeka Ezekiel Kafo, has expressed great hope in the quality of persons that St. John Bosco Seminary, Isuaniocha, has produced. The bishop stated this Saturday, February 8th, at the massively attended feast and Parents' Day celebration at the seminary. This story is continued on page 2 of the Fides newspaper. NAFDAC raids Onitsha drug market, confiscates fake expired products. The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, on Monday, raided the popular drug market at the Niger Bridgehead, Onitsha, Anambra State, confiscating large quantities of suspected, substandard, adulterated, and expired drugs. Still on same page, Japanese government, UNOPS, presents flood detection equipment vehicles to Anambra. These stories and more can be found on page 4 of the Fides newspaper. And on page 5, new Anambra Commissioner of Police, Soludo, reforming all markets in Anambra to boost tourism, Commissioner Onyenji. And on that same page, female genital mutilation prevalent rates in Southeast unacceptable, UNICEF laments. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has decried the prevalent rate of female genital mutilation and cutting in the Southeast, calling for more efforts to stem the tide. These stories and more can be found on page 5 of the Fides newspaper. And on page 10, market yourselves. Bishop Ezekiel Kafo to APC Guba aspirants, receives Ganduje, other APC national and state stakeholders. Let's look further into the story. The Catholic Bishop of Awka, Most Reverend Paulinus Chukwuemeka Ezekiel Kafo, has reiterated his commitment in forming the consciences of the people placed under his charge, so that they make proper choice of the people to govern the state in the upcoming gubernatorial election in Anambra State. A 19-man main organizing committee for the 2025 Anambra State Solution School Sports Initiative, ANSI, has been inaugurated by the chairman of Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Patrick Estate Unyendum, at the conference hall of the commission. The competition is scheduled to hold on 19th March 2025 at the community level, according to the information made available by the main organizing committee after the inaugural meeting, which took place immediately after the inauguration. This story and more can be found on page 6 of the Fides newspaper. Now let's look at the news around Christendom. All Christians are called to be missionaries of hope, Pope says. Every Christian, and not just those serving as missionaries in remote regions of the world, have an obligation to share the hope that comes from the faith, Pope Francis says. You can check page 8 of the Fides newspaper for more details of the story. Another major story on the Fides newspaper this week reads, 2 Archbishops re-elected at 2025 Church of Nigeria's Episcopal Retreats. You can check out page 12 of the Fides newspaper for more details of the story. And on security matters, kidnapped Anambra businessman recounts ordeal, says only money can save victims. You can check page 15 of the Fides newspaper for more updates. Now let's move over to our editorial segment for this week. Who's still sitting at home? Let's have a glimpse of the story. On the previous 2 occasions when the Anambra State government urged the citizenry to start coming out on Mondays, it failed to draw the expected response. The criminals known as unknown gunmen who declared Mondays as sit-at-home days struck almost immediately the state government, made each call and thus further instilled fear in the populace. You can check out page 3 for more details of the editorial for this week. And that's all on this week's episode of News Flash. Thanks for watching. For better updates, please do well to follow us on all our social media handles as displayed on your screen. Also, you can get a copy of this week's Fides newspaper for extensive readership. I'm still your anchor on News Flash, Dennis Joy. Have a productive evening.